Panasonic is the one and only major TV brand that did not tell me anything about what it was bringing to CES before the actual show. That being the case, I had to wait to come to Panasonic's event to find out anything at all about what they had at the show this year. So, was it worth the wait? Oh yeah. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Caleb Dennison. As I said, I'm at Panasonic's very special media event for their new televisions, and I'm not going to waste your time. Here's the news. Panasonic has 3 new TVs for the US market. 3. Last year, they came back, they brought 2. This year, we've got 3. I think it's very exciting. In this video, I'm going to focus on 1. Can you guess which one it is? It's the new Z95B. That would be Panasonic's premium OLED TV, brought to the United States in 2025. And guys, I could not be more excited because here's the bomb drop. Are you ready? Well, actually, backstory first. You remember I showed you that LG had insinuated that it was putting a different panel in its G5 OLED TV, but it wouldn't talk about that. They just said they weren't using MLA anymore, and that's all they would say at all. Well, what we needed to know, what we'd hoped to find out, this super secret OLED panel technology that we knew was out there, but nobody would talk about it. Guess what? Panasonic's talking about it. We just heard all about it. Now, Panasonic is branding it something specific as primary RGB tandem OLED panel. So they're getting the tandem OLED nomenclature in there. You might remember that as something that Apple touted out for its latest iPad. Well, this is a multi-layer structure, a multi-layer emissive structure. So they're going to break it down by colors, red, green, and blue. Before, they had a multi-layer structure, but they kind of had the yellow, orange, and green all sandwiched together. Now they have very distinct red, green, and blue, as you see in this diagram that we recorded from their presentation. What does this mean? Higher brightness, higher efficiency, higher color brightness, just better overall picture in general. It's the kind of clapback to Samsung Display's new 4000 nit QD OLED that we would want to see for anybody not using that kind of QD OLED panel. And I don't know how well we were able to capture it in this very dark room, lenses and cameras being what they are, but it is notably brighter. The side-by-side demonstration was very convincing, and I have a high degree of confidence that Panasonic did nothing to gain that in any sort of way. So it is a notable, meaningful improvement in brightness. But it's about more than just brightness. They don't have to drive the TV harder and harder to get that kind of brightness. So the lifespan of the OLED materials is not going to get spent quite as quickly. That means you don't have to worry about burning quite as much. However, you do still have to worry about heat. So what do we do about that? Well, Panasonic has devised an entirely new heat dissipation and ventilation system to deal with all of that heat. To do that, they moved the woofer up higher on the cabinet, and they changed the venting hole so that it has sort of a natural chimney effect where cool air is going to come in from the bottom, hot air naturally rises, and it's going to flow out the top, and it's going to create this sort of natural fan that's going to cool down the panel and keep it from getting too hot and therefore from wearing out too prematurely. What does that mean for you? Game as hard as you want, at as bright a level as you possibly want, and don't worry, the likelihood of burn-in is even further reduced now. It also means that they don't have to be so aggressive with ABL or auto brightness limiter. Not only will it hit those peak bright highlights with intensity for a little bit longer, but you can play games like hockey games or anything with a huge swath of white on the screen and not worry about it slowly dimming to the point where it's barely watchable by the time you're done with that piece of content. I'm not done. The audio system, absolutely crazy. They have placed, I believe, I'm counting from memory right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers behind the panel, attached to the panel, so the screen is the speaker. There's a couple on the sides, and I believe there's a woofer and a passive radiator for that woofer on the back of the TV. All of it is powered by Technics audio, so Technics audio, a subsidiary of Panasonic, legendary for their sound quality. I already love the way the Z95A sounded. Pretty sure I'm gonna love how much the Z95B sounds even more. Of course, that remains to be seen. We'll want to see how it plays out when we get to review this TV, but I am very excited to review this TV. Also, little piece of information that you're not going to hear anyone else. I spoke to a high-level executive at the product planning level here at Panasonic who said that they shared some of my feelings about Amazon Fire TV with some folks at Amazon Fire TV. So, hey, you never know, we might see some improvements there. Some of the stuff that I wasn't so hot about as far as the smart TV and operating system might actually get addressed someday. 2025, I don't know about that. Seems a little bit soon, but maybe one day, and that's progress. But look, this is a long game, right? Like I said, I was just happy to see Panasonic come back to the US market. I wanted to see them come back to the US market for their second year, even stronger, and they've done exactly that. Like I said, there are 3 TVs. I've told you about one. Stay tuned for a video about the other 2.